everyone? It's your boy Brian back at it again with another episode of the High Notes Podcast. Gentlemen, the room changed. What's going on here?
New set.
Okay.
Welcome to the new set, guys. We have walls.
I mean, we had walls before, but they were really far apart, and they didn't have drywall.
I feel like this is a better setup, like a better contained area.
Okay, I agree.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna throw a green screen in the back,
yes,
along with a table, and this bitch is gonna look like CNN, Fox News, Onion Soup.
Okay. Now, I would just like to state, if you guys are listening to the pod, you guys notice
Why
that.
you say onion soup?
Onion. You never heard of Onion? You heard of Onion. The
news station?
fake news kind of.
Oh no, that's a real thing. So Onion is what's it called? It's like a news organization, but it's like satire news, so it's like fake news.
Yeah. They call me like once or twice, and I don't lie.
No, because sometimes you be looking at it and you be like, oh, that shit really happened? You gotta double check it.
Bro, it's like a whole
yeah.
No, it's like some actual actor in a fucking news station reporting shit.
You follow them on Instagram. The Instagram, they get me every single time.
I
I have to like really double check what I'm reading to make sure I'm not retarded. I'm like, there's no way that's happening.
Yo, that shit gets me like once or twice. It'll be popping up on my feed.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, but we're gonna have a table here. We're gonna have a real nice setup. Give us a couple episodes.
Okay.
By episode 5.
That's a good time. That's a good time.
I'm gonna say we're gonna have this.
Good time. What do you think, man?
We about to have a table in here?
Yeah, we already have the table. We just need a tablecloth.
Which one?
The one that the old reliable in our basement.
Ooh.
In the
we
old.
We might have to eventually move to a bigger production once it becomes bigger, though. It's only temporary because we're going to the top, the very top, the tippy top. Am I wrong?
You're right.
Yes, sir.
Tell him he's right, bro. Why stay quiet?
Right?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Oh, shit. Tell them the numbers on that one video you were telling me about on TikTok earlier. Tell them the numbers on that.
What are you talking about?
The one that you're telling me about, the 12-second clip?
Yo, the 12-second clip is. Oh, I can't even leak.
Leak it. Fuck it.
I'm not leaking.
It's gonna get more views in the full episode. Just don't put this in. Just don't put this in.
Right. So there's a method.
Yes.
When you're uploading multiple clips in a day.
Okay.
Everybody knows about the part 1, part 2 method played out.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta give a preview to the part 1 and part 2 to get people hooked. So this is what you do.
Nah, don't give them that.
No, that makes sense.
No,
This makes sense. This makes sense. So essentially, what you do is that before you actually make a part 1 and part 2 and do all that work, you just put the actual gist of what we're talking about. Yeah. That's what he's explaining.
So
they already do that. People already. That's like a trailer.
Yeah.
You're dropping a trailer.
It's dropping a trailer.
Yeah.
Literally, just get something quick out there, just to get yourself in the algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna sit in the algorithm, and this is one of 2 things that's gonna happen, right? That video is gonna go crazy. People are gonna click on your page and then look at the video right before. That's what everybody does. They're like, oh, this is interesting. Let me see what else they talk about.
Yeah.
So that boosts the views for that current video and the one before. And then if you wait 4 hours, drop the other part of it, your account's still gonna be in that active category in the algorithm. They're just gonna launch you right in. I got a new method I'm not dropping. Y'all gonna see it in the video. I'm gonna see if that shit works. Because I heard hashtags are out. So I got a new method.
From the theories they're running online right now.
I've been peeping that too when I put content out. Hashtags don't really be working.
It don't work no more. It was
You
too
might
OP
as-
at one point.
You might as well throw an emoji on that bitch.
Low key. You
Just
might actually get
one
one
rocket
reaction.
ship emoji.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. But gentlemen, we're freestyling most of this episode. We're gonna freestyle this. But jumping into the topics that we're talking about today, I want to start off with a story time. All right, I want you guys to see my perspective and see if I was in the wrong. I'm actually curious. All right, boom. So yesterday, I just finished moving out technically as of last night. The night before, I was still sleeping at my mom's house, right? So I had already moved my AC. My airbed wasn't here yet, but I moved the AC in. I had the bed frame and everything ready to go, ready for the airbed. So I go back to my mom's to sleep that night. My brother Kevin was home. I started talking to him. I was like, I called mom earlier. Boom, boom, boom. Her flight got delayed, so she's not gonna be back until tomorrow anyway. All right, cool. We're trying to figure out how to get her back. What's the best flight to get her back? So we kind of just talked about that the entire night. We literally fell asleep on the staircase next to the bathroom of the house. Well, I fell asleep. He was still working, trying to figure that shit out. By the time we were done, it was midnight. I was like, fuck it. All right, let me go shower real quick, grab my towel. Well, I didn't even grab my towel. My towel was already here. I grabbed a towel out of the supply closet, grab that shit, take a quick shower, run back outside, right? I go start walking. I make it up to the top of the stairs to the attic. I just want to tell y'all, that attic is not insulated. All the heat from downstairs goes right upstairs to the top floor. It's not insulated, bro. That shit is a sauna. Even with all the windows open, it's a sauna. So I'm thinking to myself, damn, I just took the AC to the crib. This is kind of crazy if I go to sleep up here. I could die heat stroke or some nut shit. So I was at least thinking. I was like, it's logical, right? I could die of heat stroke up there. So I go back downstairs. I remember my brother Emmanuel not home yet. Not home yet. I was like, it's midnight. Normally, when he gets out of work, late, he's back by around midnight. He's not home yet. So I go, fuck it. He's not here. I go and I lay down. I lay down in his bed. Turned off the lights. Couple minutes go by, boom, 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 boom. I wake up. I'm sweating bullets. I'm like, nah, even this room too hot. I remember that my brother Emmanuel had gone and bought an AC earlier the other days. It was still in the box. Brand new AC. I was like, I know if I install this shit, that shit gonna have that new AC fucking feeling right off the bat. Boom! I was like, fuck it. He had a little pocket knife on his desk. I grabbed that shit. Boom. Cut that shit open. Alright. I feel like this is a defect from the manufacturer. I forgot what the name of the brand is of that AC, right? I forgot what the name of the brand is. So I pull it out of the box. Now, mind you, they don't tell you in the top part of the box, there's a little bar that goes attached to the AC. There's no warning or shit like that. It's literally you pull it out of the box and you're not gonna notice it unless you actually go looking for it, right? Boom. I've installed 1,001 ACs. I know how they get installed into the windows. Mad easy, right? Pick it up out the box. I'm like, I bet. Find an outlet, plug it in, boom. Put the AC in the window. Now there's two little frames that go around the outside of the AC that stop the air from coming back in, right? At the bottom of it, there's a rail where the frame goes on. I install it. I'm like, all right, that's a little flimsy. But me not thinking it's it's a small AC. It probably could actually hold up that little weight because it only has it's a small AC. It was small enough that I could install it by myself without help. It was a small AC. So I'm thinking, it's gotta be alright to put it on the window with just that rail. They scientists, right? They fucking figured that shit out. Alright, install my AC. Boom. I go back to bed after I turn on my AC. That air was the greatest air in my fucking life, bro. Best air I was out. I don't even know, bro. Mount Everest. That's how cold that air was coming out the AC. That shit was busting. I pass out. Now, mind you, I would just like to state. Actually, no, we'll come back to that. Part. Actually, no. I'm gonna tell you. I sleep commando. I sleep commando. So I've actually learned about this. So apparently, by sleeping commando, that actually helps with your blood circulation. But y'all ain't know that? Yeah.
You slept commando.
I sleep commando.
And that's why you sleep like that?
I just finished washing my ass. I was good.
I'm
But
disgusted.
You ain't even change the sheets.
I'm fucking enraged.
You
I'm
ain't even change the
disgusted.
sheets.
Hell
Why am I
no.
gonna change the sheet?
His sheets got shit stains on them.
Shit stage is crazy. I took a shower.
Nah, but that's
I took
crazy
a
though.
shower,
Like you ain't even like just think about it. Like, oh, this is my brother's bed. Like, why would I do that? Like,
He wasn't home. He wasn't home.
What that mean though?
What do you mean?
You ain't even put like the towel in between like the sheets. Like some respect.
Fuck
Nah,
Yeah,
that's
I just finished showering. I see Commando. What you want from me?
nigga was under the covers.
That's a story.
I literally said I showered.
Yeah,
I literally said
yeah.
play it back. I said I showered. Stop playing. Nah,
But just because you shower doesn't give you the right to sleep in somebody else's bed butt ass naked without even asking them.
Time out.
Ain't no asking, bro.
You didn't even ask
in my bed, butt ass nigga.
So wait. I got look. First, you
Okay.
sleep in this guy's bed butt ass naked.
All right.
Wake up. Take the AC that he bought, brand new. He didn't even take it out the box. You did.
He was still on it.
That's double disrespectful. And then you went back to bed in his sheets. Like that, that's crazy. That's good. You really disrespected the shit out of him.
I would just like to say I was sleepy and heat stroked at that point. I haven't made a life-changing decision at that moment.
That's crazy.
Nah, but I gotta ask you this question though.
All right, go for it.
So if Emmanuel didn't walk in that night, right, and you woke up like that, would you have told him that you slept butt ass naked?
Probably not. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You was hoping you'd get caught.
Hell no. That's crazy. Nah, but what's it called? Alright, so I fall asleep. Boom. Mind you, it's like at this point it's 1 a.m. by the time I'm done installing the AC. Daniel's still not home. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. He's not coming home. Boom, I go to sleep. About, I don't even know how long, because I fall asleep. I don't even know like how long after. All I hear is, boom, Daniel busts through the door. Yo, this nigga's sleeping naked in my room. Nah, because when I told this story, bro, I had to leave the office at work because I couldn't stop laughing.
Nigga, who you told at work?
No, nobody. I was reading the fucking messages at my desk. I started, bro, tears running down my eyes.
Nah.
The worst part is, I'm texting the group, my brother's group chat. I'm texting in the group chat, and I'm like, y'all won't believe what I did. What did I say?
Like you said, you're not gonna believe what happened to me this morning.
Yeah.
And everybody put question marks like, what? And then Emmanuel, before you could even text what happened, Emmanuel texting, nah, you not gonna believe what happened last night. And he told the story how he came in. He thought somebody broke into the crib. He saw you in his room.
Yo, and the worst part is, at this point, he still don't know about the AC.
Right? I guess this shit was lagging. It took mad long to upload the video. And Emmanuel said that shit, and then the video uploaded. And he showed the video walking to the AC on the floor outside.
Yo, so at like 4 in the morning, it was 4 in the morning, I remember, because I checked my phone, I'm like,
Wait, talk about.
So after,
Wait, you're skipping a chapter. So wait, after Emmanuel busted in the room, he let you sleep there?
yeah, he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go sleep in, what's it called, the other room. So he said, fuck it. So I was like, it is what it is.
Smartest move.
It is what it is.
Wait, but that was like before the AC fell off.
That was before the AC fell off. He ain't know yet. Little did he know. Nah, but what's it called? So I wake up after I hear like the loud ass crack. I'm like, boom. I wake up, boom. I'm like, nah, somebody probably banged out at the corner because you know the corner of the street where they always have accidents. There was literally an accident just the other day, like the past week. What's it called? Jeep was driving by and the lady literally hit the car. T-boned it and it flipped the Jeep.
Whoa.
Shit was crazy. I think that was the worst accident I've seen at that corner.
That's an accident like every month on that shit.
Yeah, nah. We definitely on the old man Facebook live.
Yeah.
We on the shit. Low key, we was on the stream.
Oh, you was on it?
Yeah, my dad was there explaining.
He was talking to him?
Yeah.
He was
He was doing street interviews.
Nah, he was. That's crazy.
Yo, nah, that's so crazy. Nah, but what's it called? So, anyway, back to the story. I wake up, I'm like, damn, I'm looking around. I'm like, fuck. Somebody probably hit like the house because it sounded so close. I was like, somebody hit the house. So I get up real quick. I look around the room. First thing I see, AC's not there.
You can see the window.
I was like, oh shit, maybe somebody tried to sneak in. Somebody tried to sneak in and they like moved the AC but like fucking fell on me. Bro, I get up out the bed. As I get closer, I notice that the
He
cord
said it fell
is...
on.
The cord was still on? What?
That's a good ass cord. That was a great ass cord.
Wait, what?
The cord that I had, like an extension cord running from the wall next to the bed all the way back to where the AC was at.
What, on the floor?
What do you mean?
Or it was still dangling?
It was still dangling.
Oh.
I think that's what like made the fall less worse. I think that's what helped.
What you mean less? Bro, you on the second floor.
But it got caught. It got caught. So like it hit the ground, but I think like that stopped the speed at what it hit the ground by. That makes sense? Because I pulled the cord back up, I was like, alright, I plugged it.
Wait, so the cord is outside of the AC?
The AC is alright, so the cord's running out the window all the way down to the AC. The cord itself is extended like towards the middle, like bottom floor, right? I unplug it from like the bedside and I just drop the cord all the way down. It don't make sense to try to pull that shit up from the fucking window. That wouldn't make sense. So I unplug it and I drop the cord down. I go.
Oh, so it was dangling. And you, yo, you're
No. It had already hit the ground. It already hit the ground. Nah, because that would have been even crazy.
You let it go.
You let it fall.
That would have made the story worse. So I run outside. I'm like, fuck, man. You just paid for this shit. You gonna be fucking bitching.
Wait, what time was this?
This was 4 in the morning, bro. 4 in the morning, I walk outside, bro. Shit crazy. I'm like, fuck. And the worst thing is I'm the commando, so I had to run upstairs. I had to run upstairs, put on clothes, to run back outside. I was like, fuck. Alright, I run outside. Bro, did you see the video?
Yeah. We saw the video.
Oh,
we saw the video. Of you walking up, recording that shit.
For the audience on the YouTube side, I'll play the video. But I just want to state, the AC, from the perspective when I got there, looks like a crime scene. I was like, this shit, yeah. I'm telling you, like, you ever like slam like something on the floor, like, and it slams so hard that pieces break off and shit. I was like, fuck, it's cooked, right? Boom. I was like, grab all the pieces, grab everything that was down there, walk it back inside, nigga. I put it in the living room because I was like, damn, that was a long ass walk, low key. I put it in the living room. I walk over to the kitchen, grab me a water, take some time to reflect, like, that really just fucking happened. There's no fucking way. I was dumb enough to let the AC fall. I've never in my life, bro. Never in my life.
Only you.
Bro, alright. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So I go back, pick up the AC, put it back in the thing. Now, when I get upstairs, at this point, I'm like, there's no way I'm this dumb. Am I this dumb? I pick up the manual. The manual was next to the bed, right? Open it. There's another bar. That's what I figured out. There was that third rail, or that second rail that goes at the top of it. But you have to fucking put the bottom one on and then screw it on. That's why they keep it separate. But I'm like, that that's a default from like the manufacturer. You gotta fucking put a big ass warning. You need to get a bar. Like that's a whole danger. But I was like, all right, boom. I started looking around the room. At first, I'm thinking, no, there's no way that this bar is like they probably just forgot it. That's why I missed it. I keep going through. Eventually, I found the top part where the bar goes. I pick it up. I'm like, fuck. I look at the bar. I go, fuck. All the screws is there. I started looking, and I started thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to buy this nigga AC, right? I have to buy this nigga AC. Damn, I feel bad. Boom. I was like, let me see if this shit works. I put all the pieces together. I'm telling you, this is a great ass AC, bro. All the pieces together. The front of it, you think that shit was brand new at the box again. Nothing happened to the front of it. The back of it looked like it got hit with a sledgehammer. Big ass dent, right? I'm like, all right, but if you put it back in the window, you're only gonna see the inside for the most part. Anybody who's on the outside, not gonna worry about it. I thought about it for a second. I was like, you're not supposed to turn our AC right back on after you like put it upright again. So I let it sit for a little bit. I'll be like, all right, I'll come back to this.
Bro, so how long was this whole process? Like this
What, to reinstall the AC?
Yeah.
About 45 minutes.
So this was 5 a.m. around this time, right?
Around that time, yeah.
Still fucking around. I would have went to sleep, bro.
Facts.
I would have went to bed.
Nah, but again, at this point in
He gotta
time,
cover his tracks.
at this point in time, I feel bad because I'm like, damn, I really fucked up this nigga's brand new AC, right? All right, so I stay up long enough. I let the thing settle. I plug it back in. I'm like, this about to be a Hail Mary if this shit even turns on and don't start a fire so much. Boom, plug it in. Plug it in, the knob don't do nothing. I was like, wait, what? Like I'm spinning the knob, but it's not doing anything. After like 3 or 4 clicks, I hear high fan, high cool, low cool. Put it on low cool. I'm like, damn, this is a great AC. This is a great ass AC. This shit fell out the whole fucking window. Turn it on. I go back to sleep till about 6:30 in the morning. Right around that time is when I wake up. 6:30. Boom. I wake up. House not on fire. AC's good to me, right? The AC's good to me. That's how I see it. Boom.
You went to sleep knowing that you could have called the house.
I just want to state that. It was still hot.
Nobody woke up.
That's what I said. That's the craziest part about that. I'm the only one that heard it.
Everybody slept through that shit.
Slept through it like babies.
So does the AC work or no?
The AC hits like it's brand new. That's why I stopped feeling bad about it. I was like, this shit.
Nah, you gotta listen. This is what you gotta do. You gotta buy him a new AC.
Okay.
But you take that 01 and you bring it in here.
I'm gonna have to. That's good.
That's the only way to make it right.
That's gonna be a souvenir.
Nah, you gotta buy him, bro. He bought that shit
Brand
the day
new.
before.
He didn't even take it out the
He
box.
didn't even take it out
That
the
shit was in the box, bro.
Crazy.
Now,
That's a violation.
all right. So that at least answers my first question in the story. Do you guys think that I should pay for the AC, or the AC works? He should be able to still use it. It's still working.
You gotta buy him.
I gotta buy the new one. All right.
But now it's not really buy him. You just you paying for an AC that you about to have.
Nah, that's facts. I'm just buying a future purchase. That makes sense. I buy used anyway, so it makes sense.
But it's not used. You gotta pay the full amount. Like you gotta.
I'll pay him the full AC. Yeah, and then he started, bro. And then I went to the house yesterday. After all that shit that I said, right? I went to the house yesterday, bro. He comes up. First off, he sees that I'm at the house. He knows that I'm gonna leave. Parks right behind me. This bro, he comes in. He's like, "Yo, where's my money?" I'm like, "What do you mean with your money, nigga?" I should have just stayed quiet because he would have never known for real. But I'm gonna be like, "Nah, I'm gonna tell him because that's fucked up if I don't tell him at least." Bro, he tells me, "Where's my money?" I'm like, "All right, bro, listen. It is what it is. The AC still works." He brought mom into this. Mom's sitting in the backyard. She's setting up for like a patio shit in the back. Mom's setting up the backyard. He brings mom to this. he starts. I was helping her take out like the chairs and shit, and he comes over. He's like, "Mami, dile que me pague mi ay." At that point, I'm like, "Yo, that's some real fuck shit. That's some real." I was like, "All right, bet." So I'll pay him for his AC. I'll pay him for his AC. I feel like now that you guys have given me voice of reason, I was wrong in that situation, especially because it was a new AC. So I get that. Now, the next question. Do you guys sleep in jammies or commando?
You're the only one here that sleeps
Am
commando.
I the only weird one?
Pretty sure. Bro, I just go basketball shorts, no
Okay.
drawers.
Okay.
Just straight balls to mesh.
What, to basketball shorts?
Yeah, just like
And
basketball
then you go
shorts.
play basketball with those things.
And I don't even put boxes on. I just go crazy.
Nah, hold on.
Nah. What the fuck?
That's how I get so agile.
Nah.
That'd be crazy.
Agile.
Oh.
Nah.
The real
chill.
power forward.
Nah, cause you know, like athletes wear jock straps, right?
Uh-huh.
Your favorite athlete wears a jock strap. That's crazy. That's not crazy.
Not every athlete.
Yeah, you don't have to wear for that.
Most-
Why
most-
wear jock strap?
I'm pretty sure like baseball players, football probably. Not because they wear girdles.
And then even
Ass
in baseball, you wear a cup.
Yeah,
Nah,
basically.
but you can wear.
In big professional
You
league
never wear a
baseball,
cup in
nigga,
baseball?
100 miles an hour fastball, you wearing a cup. Like, what are you talking about? That's insane.
You get a nut clip. It's over. There's
Nah,
no more
like-
generations.
I would imagine like most professional athletes have at least some type of pattern.
Yeah.
I don't think for basketball.
You don't think?
I mean, like
They have,
like
I mean, on the guys
On the
and shit,
compression
yeah.
shorts.
I don't think like have a cup on to play basketball.
Not a cup. Like at least some type of pattern, at least a protector.
Nah, when
Nah.
you playing the Warriors, you better wear a cup or Josh Hart. You better wear a cup for them.
Oh shit. But you guys ain't answered the question. Commando?
No, bro. Put on some clothes, bro.
Damn.
Imagine somebody breaking into your house
Okay.
and you gotta go confront them.
I keep at least like an invader into the house?
Yeah. Like somebody.
at night, and you're in the bed.
The last thing they're gonna see is my dick. Fuck you, nigga. Somebody invaded my house. Fuck out of here. You think I'm gonna have time to go, oh, let me put on clothes? Fuck that shit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
You
what
gonna charge that?
What if they running out the house with a TV? Right? Like they're not running too fast, like you could catch them.
Yeah,
You going out there like that?
I'm shooting them.
Nah,
As long
what?
as they haven't left the yard, that's still your property. Just make sure to get a good lawyer. That's it. All right, gentlemen, but that brings us to the ad break. Do you guys want to tell the audience where they could find all of our socials if they are interested in following us on other platforms?
Just join us on our link tree. You can find all our videos and podcasts on YouTube, YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple Music, and Castbox. Join our conversation in our Discord. And Melly, take it off.
And if you're really liking this, you can follow us on our social media, Instagram, X, whatever, on our TikTok as well. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Oh, shit.
So do we actually have topics for today? Or
Oh, shit. We went on a tangent. Gentlemen, so the entire internet is falling apart at this moment. Right now, everyone is distracted saying that World War III is going to start. Gentlemen, we have a life-changing event occur that all of us are going to unlock in our core memories. Where were you when it was announced that they dropped the bomb? Where were you, Melly?
At work.
You were at work? You?
Working.
Working. Everybody's working.
At least we were at work. Other people were doing other things in their life, so they will have at least that memory. Like, have you guys ever had like core memories like that? Like, where were you when Michael Jackson died? I remember exactly when I heard that news.
I think I was in school, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, you were in school?
Like elementary school.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in school.
When Michael Jackson died?
Like 2009, I think.
Somewhere around like that, 2009, yeah.
I think this was alive in 2009.
What the fuck?
I think this was like 6.
All right, Grandpa, we get
I was 8.
it.
Right there, remember,
I
bro.
was 8 years old.
That shit was a
I
big
remember
deal.
when I heard about it. It was originally that night that it happened.
How about
I heard
Elvis?
about it on the news.
How about Elvis Presley? You remember that?
Nah. Yeah. Yeah. When did he die?
So wasn't it like in the 60s, 70s?
Hell no, it wasn't in the 70s.
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't
late.
he alive in the 70s?
When was it? When was it? Man, I don't remember. Let's fact check.
All right, we don't gotta fact check
It
it.
was in like the 1980s or some shit.
Where were you during 9/11?
I was in school.
Nigga, I was in the crib,
I was a little baby.
Yeah, it wasn't the 70s. 1977 when they died.
sleeping.
I was in Spain.
Bro, 2nd grade.
Okay.
Everybody, I'm sitting there, we're coloring. I noticed the teacher's a little bit finicky, going to the phone, going outside, talking to other teachers, right? Come back in. Everything seemed cool, nothing too crazy out of the norm. She was just a little weird. I was like, all right, I wasn't thinking too much of it. Color inside the lines, that's how you pass 2nd grade. You know what I'm saying? They start taking kids out one by one. Like, oh, your parents are here. Hey, announcement. Come to the front. Your parents are here. Da-da-da. I look around. Look to my left.
Nah, that had to be
Look
scary.
to my right. There's 3 niggas in the class. And I'm one of them. And this is my teacher there. She's talking about some bullshit, trying to keep us calm, We have no idea what's going on, so we just keep doing whatever. So it comes to a point where, like, there's nobody in this class. We're just talking to each other. Boom. Talking to this kid, having a conversation about some bullshit. And then he leaves. I was like, damn, why am I like one of the last 2 kids in this class? Then the other kid left. I was like, damn, bro, no way. What the fuck is going on? The teacher finally turns on the TV. All you see is the towers and the smoke.
What you thought about that?
Bruh, I was like, what the fuck is going on? That shit's not supposed to be on fire. Like, I didn't think of it like as a terroristic attack. I was like,
You just
yo,
understood
why
that it
is that
wasn't
on
supposed to be like
fire?
that.
It's not supposed to do that. Everybody's like running and shit. My mom finally gets there. It's only been like 15 more minutes, But those 15 more minutes, I
That's
be really
eternity.
thinking,
That's
hell
eternity.
yeah, that shit gave me anxiety for life, I was
That's
like, yo,
wild.
what's going on? Da-da-da-da. Mom was like, oh, don't worry about it. We got to go to the house. Go to the house, turns on the news. That's all you saw for like a week and a half.
Now that you said that gave you anxiety for life, how many people do you think were affected for life? Because I think like there's 2 types of people that saw events like that and went one of 2 different paths. It was either everything is shocking or nothing is going to shock you. That makes sense?
Yeah, but I don't think like when people saw that, it was like, damn, this really happened right in New York. So
Yeah.
people were like, yo, what the fuck?
Because up until that point, America was living in like this glorious dome where other countries could not affect it. It was its own little bubble. Like that attack was the first time that we saw how real shit could get if niggas really wanted to go to war with us. That was the first time that had ever happened. Like we've had, like prior to that, there were other terrorist attacks, especially in the World Trade Center as well. But that was the first ever time that we were like, yo, what the fuck just happened? Like that shit was crazy.
So, one question for you.
Uh-huh.
Did George Bush do it?
Did George Bush do it? How directly do you think he did it? Do you think he commanded
I'm
them?
asking you.
Me personally, I feel like the U.S. president has way too much information at his hand at any given time to not know what's going on. At any given time, the U.S. president just knows too much. That's why being president is such a stressful job, because you just know everything. Everything that you could ever want to know about anyone, any place, anything. Some expert will come over to you and tell you all about it. That's what being president is. So imagine if somebody came up to him and he was trying to justify a reason to go to war or some shit like that. You might just let the attacks happen. You might not know at the scale that it might happen, but you might just let it play along to see if maybe Congress will fucking play along and go to war. And that's how we got Iraq. That's my conspiracy theory on how we ended up in that war. What do you think, brother? What do you think? My conspiracy theory hitting on that one?
That he had something to do with it.
That he
At least
knew about it but didn't do anything to stop. That's my conspiracy on that.
That's a new twist. I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah.
The Romo Malo exclusive.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible. I mean, everything is possible.
Now,
from like, at least like everything that I've heard that could have happened. Like, I don't think like it was like an inside job though.
like somebody blew up the buildings, right?
I
That
don't
doesn't make
think so,
sense. That doesn't make sense. An inside job isn't that disorganized because everything felt like it was just like it wasn't perfectly like laid out. Like, oh, boom, the one plane hit tower one fall, boom, the other plane hit tower two. Like there was multiple planes all over the country. Like that shit is way too.
Wait, so like what other planes? It was the one at the Pentagon?
One hit the Pentagon. Another one was in the direction to hit the somewhere in Washington. We don't know exactly, but it fell in the field in PA. And then 2 planes hit the one tower, and then 1 plane hit the other tower. Like that's just to me, that's too organized. That's what I'm thinking on that.
It's unorganized.
It was art. Yeah, my bad. It was less organized, more messy. Because think about it, an entire plane fell where the people were fighting to try to get control again of the plane. Like that, at least one of all of those flights was gonna have somebody trying to fucking fight for their lives. The other planes, unfortunately, they didn't have a will to live on. It wasn't what it seems like.
Wait,
You
so
gotta understand, like people be scared though.
But at that point in time, I'm not letting. Now, granted, I will say, going back into their mentality prior to this, no one had ever used planes in this way or fashion whenever they hijacked planes. Plane hijackings, super, super common prior to 2001. Super common. That's how lax. There was no TSA prior to that. We got the TSA because of 01. But prior to that, way super lax. Way super lax.
wait,
You just go in there, show your ticket, walk on the plane.
Yeah. Now, I will say, prior to that time, flying on a plane was more like flying in a hotel than it was like right now where it feels like riding on a bus.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, like ain't they used to have like different type of floors?
We still have that on some planes. We still have that.
It's like for like the foreign planes, like go like Dubai and shit.
Yeah. So on some planes, we still have that.
They used to smoke cigarettes in there too, right?
They used to smoke cigarettes in planes. It's crazy, right? Now, but going back to the original premise of the story, I don't know why we branched off into September 11th. That's wild. But, gentlemen, the internet has been ablaze. We have a core memory unlocked. Where were you?
How the hell we get so sidetracked?
So where were you when Trump dropped the bombs on Iran? So did you guys get a rundown of like what is actually happening here? You guys at least understand like the news? You guys get the concept of why we bombed them, at least? What was the reasoning that the
Two people are fighting.
2 countries are fighting?
2 countries are fighting,
Uh-huh.
and basically we're supporting one of the people.
One of the people. That is exactly correct. So essentially, all right, this is going to get a little bit messy. So Iran is a country in the Middle East. This is a country that the U.S. back in after the Second World War, our CIA went over there and literally removed by force the democratically elected president of that country. Right? Pulled that nigga out of there. We installed a puppet regime. A puppet regime just means that it's a government that we control from the U.S. All because they had oil and we wanted the oil. That's all the reason why we did all that bullshit. Right? Overthrow their government. They were trying to install communism. We can't have communism. That's how they saw every one of these instances. We can't have communism. So we overthrow the government, install a puppet government. That puppet government is fucking up everybody's lives. They're like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, this is bad. They overthrow that government, And ever since then, they turned into a dictatorship. I think it's the longest standing dictatorship in the world right now. I think. Or, yeah, official dictatorship in the world. And the guy that runs it, I forgot what his name is. It's like, they refer to him as the supreme leader, right? Mostly Muslim country. That's why you see like right-wing Americans be like, we hate those Muslims, but it's because they've had beef for decades now. They've always had beef with that country, right? So they're backing, now, not to get too deep into the Israel-Gaza situation, they're backing Gaza, or Hamas specifically, like the terrorist organization that carried out the attacks on Israel, right? They're backing them, financially at least. They're not physically fighting. At least financially, they've traced back that their money is coming from Iran, right? So Israel has always had beef because this is like something they've always done. Israel's always had beef with them. This is where this story makes no sense to me, why we get involved. This is where none of this makes sense, right? Israel says, yo, we have intelligence that these niggas is making nuclear weapons. We're gonna bomb the shit out of them. They bomb. Boom. That happened about like 12, 13 days ago. Iran was like, yo, what the fuck we do? We're not even involved in this shit. Iran's like, alright, we're gonna bomb them back. 12 days of them fighting. Boom, 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 boom. Bomb each other back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Right? Trump at this point is quiet on the issue. He's not saying anything. He's like, nah, we're paying close attention to that. If it gets serious, the U.S. Will do what we can to assist, which is normal because if you're allies with a country, you won't actively put boots on the ground because that's fucking insane. But you'll at least like supply them with aid, weapons, and shit like that. That's what we do with Ukraine. So it makes sense. We're gonna support them however we can. So between that time and like the last couple of days, Trump jumped on TV and he goes, we're not removing any options off the table. If we have to get involved, we might have to get involved. It could be a bluff. Everybody's like, it could be bluffing right now. It is what it is. Now, at some point in the middle of the night, this guy changed his entire game plan. Bombed the shit out of me. I was like, wait, what? Bombed him. Now, mind you, his Secretary of, Intelligence, I think it is, Tulsi Gabbard, 2 weeks ago was on Twitter. She dropped this cryptic message going, your leaders are trying to take us into a nuclear war or something like that, right? Dropped that on Twitter. Mind you, this was on the official Twitter account for her department, on the official account. She said all that. Just dropped that off on Twitter, walked away. They asked Trump about that the day before he bombed Iran. They asked Trump about that, and he was like, "No, she's lying. They're creating weapons of mass destruction. They're making nukes, right?" That's right now how they're trying to sell it. That's why we bombed them, because they were making nukes. Even though we know that his intelligence, Secretary of Intelligence, was telling them they don't have nukes. This nigga's capping. So that escalated to that. Iran then retaliates. Iran retaliates back to the U.S. They bombed they bombed bases in Qatar, I believe. They bombed them. Now this is where the story is just not adding up to me. Because now that I look further into this, I'm like, math ain't mathing that these niggas was really a threat like this nigga's saying. So, first off, before we struck them, did you guys know that we apparently had called them and notified them where we were going to strike? We didn't tell them exactly when, but we knew where we were going to strike and the places that we were going to strike. So, apparently, satellite images a couple of days before the strikes happened showed that Iranian trucks driving out of where these bunkers that we hit were prior to them getting there. The bombs are dropped. The bombs, from what Trump is telling us, that this was the most spectacular military execution bunker busting event of the fucking century. Like he always does with everything he says. Everything's the best with this thing, right? He's crazy. He never says anything wrong. I've never heard him say anything that he's done is wrong. You ever notice that? Pay attention to that. That's how you know that nigga's egotistical. You can't trust niggas like that. And don't ever trust people like that. So he tells you that, oh yeah, that was a spectacular attack. Iran, after that, then struck us back. When they struck us, it was with the same exact number of bombs that we dropped on them. Same exact number, to the T. They called, like they physically called. They made some type of contact with Qatar beforehand to notify them that where they were going to strike. There were 0 deaths at the place where they struck. Trump is telling you, oh no, our military is so good, we just shot all the bombs out of the air. I'm like, I don't care how good your military is. You're going to at least have one bomb that lands. If that base had people in it. He said, we captured all the bombs except for one. One flew off in a non-threatening direction. I am willing to bet you that's the only bomb that actually hit the boom. But nobody was injured. Nobody was injured. That's why they probably let it in. Right? Gentlemen, do you think that these niggas really had nukes? I'm withholding the latest information that we got today right now. Do you guys think that they really had nukes? Who? Iran.
I don't think they had nukes.
Okay.
I like this. First of all, backtrack.
Okay.
When we send the missiles over there, we send them from the U.S.
We had B-52 bombers, so those are like the most advanced fucking planes. Fly for 32 hours nonstop from the U.S. to Iran, back to the U.S. It only refueled once. They're saying that no other country was able to detect their planes, which, if you're in the military, you know that's a stupid idea that you would think that, because you have to always assume that your enemy knows exactly what you're doing. That's military like 101. This nigga thought this was bullshit. He was like, it went completely undetected by every other country, and then on top of that, he's saying that they destroyed all of their targets, and everything went perfectly fine.
So a pilot went 32 hours.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't one pilot. It's probably like a crew. Like, those are big planes. Yeah. You're thinking small. Nah, the big 52s are big bombs. So the bombs that they dropped were the largest munitions that can like penetrate the ground. One of them alone was like 30,000 pounds on its own. Yeah. One alone. One alone was like 30,000 pounds. The most damaging information of this entire situation was revealed today. Remember how Trump told you that this was a spectacular success? It was the greatest military achievement no other military could ever accomplish. All this to destroy the bombs that were inside Iran. It has been discovered that this has probably only set them back about a couple of months. If they were going to build these nuclear weapons. Gentlemen, what do we think about this? Do we think we're going to go to World War III because this nigga's capping?
Me personally, nah. I just think like he just do some warning shots and say, yo, calm this shit the fuck down, or we really gonna get into it.
You thought those were just warning shots?
Warning shots.
Like, yo, you need to relax.
Well, my question is, why would they notify each other? And why didn't the places that they struck get actually destroyed?
Listen to the
Warning shots.
So
Well, what's the point of that? That's my question. What would be the point of that? We're saying that the reason why we're going to bomb them is because they're creating these nuclear weapons. That's the reason why we're bombing them, right? What's the point of that? What do we gain out of this? If we're not destroying their nuclear stockpile, they're still going to have these nukes. Are we going to keep bombing them
Now,
after
other
this?
people got news too, don't mean that they won't use them.
But that's right. Have you guys ever heard of MAD before? So I made a TikTok on this. If you guys want like a really deep dive on this. So it's called mutually assured destruction. Essentially, every country that has nukes understands that you having nukes means that you can't use the nukes. It is literally a suicide button on your desk. That is what it is.
I know.
Every country knows that.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody has nukes.
Yes, exactly. But no country uses them. Even North Korea has nukes and they don't use them. Think about
Nobody
it.
said they were going to use a nuke.
wait,
What do you mean? Everybody
You
saw
told
that.
me that the one country said, yo, these people got nukes. And that is
Israel, which the country that they've had beef for forever, is telling you that they got nukes. Mind you, Israel has nukes.
exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
But why are they striking them because they're going to have nukes? Why do you think they're bombing them? Nukes give you leverage. Have you guys noticed that on TV, when's the last time you heard about something bad with Kim Jong-un or North Korea? Prior to them having nukes, all the fucking time. Oh, Kim Jong-un did this, Kim Jong, all the time. Crickets now. You gotta respect the nigga that got nukes. That nigga, this nigga talking crazy. Like, you have to respect them because they know you have nukes. Iran wants that. Israel doesn't want that from Iran. That's what's really happening right now. That's the checkers they're playing right now. Everybody's like, oh, it's bombing.
Looking too deep.
But that's how geopolitics work.
I feel like you on the money.
So Iran they don't have nukes yet.
Iran does not have nukes. They have the production to create them, but they use it for actual like nuclear facilities, like for nuclear power. Is how they currently use it.
Oh.
They could make nukes if they wanted to, if they really wanted to.
How many nukes you gotta have to be considered?
One. Only one.
You just gotta make
Just
one
one.
and put that shit in the show.
One functioning nuke puts you at the world stage. That's it. Because one going off is enough to fucking kill everybody. Like, they realize that.
Now, do you think it comes to a point, like, let's say somebody actually lets off nukes, right?
Uh-huh.
And they're like, let's say it struck, like, it's only striking like a quarter of the world. Look like Australia.
Okay.
And they're like, Australia has a chance to send one back. Do you think they even hesitate to press that button? Be like, no, we can't cause any more destruction to the world.
So
do you think they would like hesitate or
you
really
can't.
explain
The problem is you can't. You have to assume the worst. If that one nuke's going off, everybody else is going to flip their switch. The rest of the world is going to have to flip their switch. Because even if you hit one country, the radioactive material will float off to the rest of the world. You might end up causing thousands of deaths in a different country. Yeah! On some bullshit.
So if they drop it in Mexico, we gonna feel it.
If the winds take it up, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I should hit Cali, Texas, all them shit.
Mm-hmm. Anything near the explosion site, yeah.
But it will kill us though.
Not one nuke. One nuke is not enough to kill us. So, have you ever heard of like Fallout, like the video game? Have you ever heard of Fallout? So the real Fallout is the actual like radiation that falls out of the sky after the fact. That's what it actually is. That's what Fallout is.
Nah, but it does fuck up like generations in that
Mhm.
area. Like Japan.
Yeah.
Can't grow nothing, can't do nothing.
There's a place in Russia, in Siberia, I believe, where. So yeah, there's a place in Siberia where apparently they tested like the first like original like largest bombs and shit like that in Russia, and apparently to this day, like anything that tries to grow there is like radioactive. Like there's Chernobyl's still radioactive, and that was decades ago.
Dogs are getting mutated, like they have to go through an evolution right now. They look the same.
A lot of the animals, they actually found like some type of, I think it's like a germ or a moss or a bacteria or something like that eats radioactive waste. Like the animals are adapting to the radioactive. Something like that, yeah. Yeah. So, my question is, what are you guys thinking on this World War III? Do you guys think it's going to pop off? I think it's not. That's my personal take. I feel like the goal of this is to distract from the fact that Israel wants to bomb Iran and the U.S. is helping these niggas keep these niggas up. It's crazy. That's how it feels to me.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be unless something really crazy happens.
Which is possible. We're only.
Somebody decides to get really bold.
But here's the thing. This just showed something about Trump that the rest of the world is going to have to at least think about. And that's the fact that this nigga is unhinged. It's crazy. This nigga will do some nut shit. He just showed you that he will do some nut shit at a drop of a hat if he really needs to. Can you guys see? So today NATO had a meeting. NATO is the alliance that we have with the rest of Europe and shit. You guys see how that went? It was a dick sucking contest the size you've never seen before. One nigga called that nigga daddy. I was like, yo, what the fuck? They hated each other prior to these bombings. They hated each other. Niggas is fucking begging this nigga, cheering this nigga on. I was like, oh, this nigga must have fucking won a World Peace Prize. He must have solved records. That's how they were praising this guy. They're thinking strategically. They only have to deal with this nigga for 4 years. Yeah, I'm gonna pat this nigga on the back for 4 years. They feel like he's the biggest motherfucker in the room. Even though I know he's a dumbass. What do you guys think?
I think we gotta wrap this shit. So you go on these tangents and you go on these rabbit holes.
Alright, my fault.
You gotta reel it back, buddy.
Reel it back.
What are you trying to get to?
Do we get World War III's gonna happen? We already answered that.
Yeah, we answered.
Yeah. But, gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the podcast. You guys like the episode, like, share, comment, subscribe.
We gotta drop some TikTok soon. Listen, revamp. By the time you see this video, there's gonna be a whole new revamp to the page. Let us know what you think about it in the comments.
Yes.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.